We go into the final two games of the season without a chance of automatic promotion, but we can get the playoffs. We just need a point. Roll the intro. No, I won't stop. Hello and welcome back to the Folkestone Invicta save. I am Coach Leffer. It's a pleasure to have you with me. If you're enjoying the series, please do leave a like and subscribe. I'm checking out the analytics and we've got quite a few viewers that aren't subscribed. So if you are enjoying the series, please do hit that subscribe button. And every like the video gets really helps the channel out as well. We are in 5th at the moment. 3 points off 4th, 3 points off 3rd. But unfortunately, we are 7 points off 2nd with only 2 games to go. One of them is Shrewsbury, so we may stop them winning the league, but who knows. However, because we only need a point, this may be a short episode. If we get a draw or a win, I'm not going to do the last game of the season against Shrewsbury because it means we'll have the playoffs coming up. We will need something quite drastic to drop out the playoffs, but it could happen. If we lose this game against Southend, it will then be 2 games in this episode, and we'll go and play the Shrewsbury game as well. But at the moment, we're playing already relegated bottom of the league Southend, who, if they beat us, have a chance of not being the worst team in the division. That's all they're playing for at the moment. We did okay in the games off camera since the cup final, which was a disappointing 3-1 loss in extra time. 2-2 against Burton Albion, Kocha and Harry Charsley scoring in that one. 0-0 against Crewe, which is actually not a bad result, to be honest. Crewe are a very good team, so very happy with that one. And then Forest Green beat them 3-2. Kukabinski scored in the 53rd, and then the 55th and the 87th got them 2 goals. And, sorry, I thought my wife was talking to me then. And, yes, they got them back into it, but we held on for a 3-2 win. Good goal from Kukabinski in there as well. But, yeah, today we take on Southend, and we don't take them on today. I've come back at completely the wrong time. I apologise. We'll be back for the Southend game. So we're back on game day for the game against Southend, and it should be an easy win. However, form isn't brilliant. We pushed Charsley back up into the attacking midfield role. It didn't work having him back here or up there. So, yes, we pushed him back in there. We're going to crack straight into it. We're going to start with a Nan up front, or we're going to bring Stansfield now. We'll bring Stansfield back in. He's had such a good season. Could put Donis. Yeah, we'll put Donis back in as well. We're not ready to go. Pretty much what I've done here is I've said we're not ready to go. That's too many loanees, so we'll take out. Let's bring in a Kocha for Ashby at the back, which is a risk because Ashby. No, we'll keep Reddy in. We'll take Ashby off the bench for Boateng, and we'll be good to go with that. So in we go to the game as the teams are warming up, apparently, which is taking some time. So they're lining up in a 4-4-2. We are obviously in our 3 at the back formation, which is working well. Stansfield top goal scorer. Kubinski, has he already got most assists? I can't remember what that means now. He can't have most assists already. He's only got 4. He might do. Anyway, let's get into it then. We will. We're at home, final game of the season. It's an important match for us to win. Make sure we go and give the fans something to shout about. And as I said, I think whatever happens this year, there's going to have to be a number of outgoings and a number of incomings. Hopefully, if we get the budgets to do it, remember we've only spent £500 in this save on a transfer, which is absolutely ridiculous. As a senior cuts and field into Ward, in fact, because we're at home and we're playing Southend, who are terrible, we'll go attacking. As Lewis puts the ball in, Kocha heads it away. But yeah, £500 on Jamie Jellis. That's all we've spent in this whole save on players in terms of transfers out, which is ludicrously low. As it's a great tackle from Reddy, clears the ball away, and nothing comes from it. But 97% possession for Southend. They're setting their stall out now. Simba. It was blocked, and Weston picks up the loose ball. Now we look to counter. Weston comes forward with it, cuts in field, ball over the top ring for Stansfield. It's headed away. Kukabinski keeps it alive into Donasian. Donasian into the box, can't cross it. Kukabinski puts it in. Stansfield's there, shots blocked, gets it again, but he's offside. And it comes to nothing, as we come to expect. We're going to stay on attacking though. I think the game is ours for the taking, as Donasian into Stansfield, back to Donasian. In it goes. Weston's there. He's hit it straight at G-Cock. G-Cock, that's a weird name. Weston was offside anyway. But yeah, it's gone long. Donation wins the header. Lewis is there under pressure from Stansfield. Nelson back to Lewis. Back to Nelson. Goes long. And Humphreys wins the header. Charsley knocks it down to Harris. Ball over the top. Weston's in behind. Can he score? He can. He dinks it through over. He's offside again, for God's sake. Stay onside, man. What's wrong with you? Let's shout at them to demand more. Donation with a throw in towards Stansfield. Flicks the header back towards Harris. His shot's blocked, and now Southend have an opportunity. Shaughnessy into Simba. Back to Shaughnessy. Senior comes forward with it. Just lays it back to Simba. They're not really chucking men forward. Ward. Lots of space on the left-hand side for Southend, and Close picks it out. Close into Rogers. Rogers tackled well by Kabinski, and Kabinski can't get there again, but that's easy for Donation to pick it up. Charsley. Harris. Over the top. He's definitely onside this time. Stansfield is onside, and he's straight at G-Cock again. Got to do better. Come on, lads. Got to do better. 15 minutes gone. Southend have the ball. Simba into Close. Not really tackled. Rogers is nearly there. Kabinski flicks it on now. Get onside. Stay in your own half if you have to. Harris. Out to Donation. Donation into Kokabinski. Kokabinski. Oh, I was looking for Stansford. It was a poor pass, to be honest. Ward. Out to Senior on the right-hand side. Senior. Back to Simba, and we've sort of held them up, but he's done well to get round his man. Simba to Close. Close back to Simba. And Southend keeping the ball well here. Ward, lots of space on the left, and he's picked out Rogers. Rogers it into the area, crosses it back. Senior's there, and Graciak touches it round the post. And that's Southend's first real chance. Remember, a draw is enough for us to guarantee playoffs. But Lewis puts the ball in. Okocha heads it away, and Graciak saves the rebound shot. I think it was a bit of a tame header. Not much doing really, but let's drop down to positive then. As Close, just leaves the ball behind. Charsley's there. We've got a two. Just play the ball. Just play the ball. He does play the ball. Weston, he's through. He shoots. He scores. It's onside. Harry Charsley plays the right pass. I don't know quite what my limbs were doing and arms were doing, but it is 1-0. Charsley could have played that ball anytime he wanted. He waited and waited and waited. Looked like he could have been offside, but Weston one touch and fires it into the corner of the goal, and that makes it 1-0 to Folkestone, and the playoffs are nearly secure. If we can just jump above Crew, that would be nice. Who are they playing? Crew are 0-0, so if they lose, we'll jump above them, which is good. I mean, I think second and third get the favourable draws, if I think that's right. Donation, Kokabinski back to Okocha. All the way back to Graciak, as I just have a couple of hiccups. Ready. Humphreys into Harris. All the way out to Donation again. Playing some good football. Just obviously couldn't bring that down. Headed it on. Okocha with a good header. Kokabinski. Charsley. Over the top. Weston's made that run again. Weston shoots. It's 2-0. 2 assists for Charsley. 2 goals for Weston. His 16th goal of the season. Which I don't think is actually that impressive in League One this year. I think there's some people that are really flying high. Okocha did well to win that header. Kokabinski laid it into Charsley. He just took a touch and then knew that run was going to happen into Weston. One touch, bang. Keeper's got no chance. 2-0. Obviously playing positive and not playing on attacking is the way forward when we really want to beat a team. There's Crew still 0-0 in the other game. Bristol Rovers are there. I mean, we could technically still catch AFC Wimbledon if they have a bad result as well. But we'll see. As I said, if we do win or draw this game, it will be a 1-game episode so that we can put the playoffs into the next episode. Senior is on the ball, lays it back to Close. Close goes back to Sean. I can't say that name. Number 19 for Southend. We'll call him Sean. That's part of his name, and it's Sean, and we'll call him Sean. Senior into Correa. Ready. Humphreys. Go over the top. Weston already on for a hat-trick in the first half. Weston! It's a good save from G-Cock to keep it at 2-0. Deny Weston his hat-trick in the first half. He's already had one disallowed as well. Kokabinski fires it in. Ready. Humphreys is there. Bashir Humphreys, the libero, gets a goal from the corner. 3-0 Southend are... Well, this is why they're bottom of the table. Absolutely shocking from them. Kokabinski fires it in. Ready heads it back across, and Humphreys is there as the goalkeeper's outstretched arm can't reach it. And it's an amazing performance as soon as we've gone to passionate, to positive in terms of mentality. It does show that attacking can sometimes be too attacking. But Humphreys, we're stroking the ball around lovely. Charsley, great ball out to Donation. Donation on the right hand side, puts a cross in. Correa's there, brings it down. Can he get a shot off? Correa's still going. Stansfield's there. G-Cock makes the save. I think he was offside. He was. But yeah, 3-0 up. 2 goals for Weston, 2 assists for Charsley, 1 assist for Reddy, and a goal for Bashir Humphreys, which is probably the one I'm most happy about because he is terrible. It must just be his physical stats that are keeping him performing at such a good level. As Lewis has the ball into close, back to Lewis. We're look at the high press we've got there. Stansford tried to get there. Ward managed to keep it alive for Southampton. Simba back to Gcock. He goes long, and Humphreys for Southend will have a free chance to bring this down. Rogers, bit of space, shoots. Grasiak touches it over the bar. I'm very worried about goalkeeper. By the way, I just cannot find anybody that A wants to move to us who's good or is good. Either they're either good and they won't move to us because we can't afford their wages, or they're just not very good. And Southend are playing this is why they're all over the place. Weston, this is why they're down the bottom. Every time we can counter, they've got 1 centre back trying to mark our 2 strikers. It's just not working, lads. Kukabinski fires that in. Charsley will keep it alive. He's got Harris on the edge. Harris lays it back to Charsley into a Kocher, back to Donassian. Now, I may take Harris off. Well, those on the... Oh, Weston, he's at the post. Oh, that was out of nothing. Ready, and it's saved by Gcock. That was just like that. And a highlight was there to be watched, but we didn't manage to put the ball away. I am going to take... We're going to bring on Boateng for Correa, and we're going to do Frey for Harris in there. Purely because I don't want red cards. And they're both on a yellow card. So if we can sub them off and... keep it tight, don't give away any super fails. Crew are going to cement 4th place. Well, we've got the better goal difference, to be honest, so it will come down to the last day of the season where we finish. But it seems like you guys won't find out until we see... Wow, just like... I don't really want to do it because it's just like, yeah, we'll do 2 games this episode. Go on, we'll play Shrewsbury as well because technically we could stop them winning the title. If Sunderland lose and we beat Shrewsbury, they won't win the title. If Sunderland lose and Shrewsbury beat us, Shrewsbury win the title. Sorry, Donassian, Kokabinski should pick up that loose ball. It's going to be about 30 seconds left of game time. It's all over. Referee blows the whistle. A fantastic performance in that set. Not even the second half, when we moved to go on to positive instead of attacking, made a huge difference. So we will make it a 2-game episode. We'll be back for the game against Shrewsbury Town to see where we finally finish. Charsley's going to get a pay increase, and it's, I'm not too upset that he's going to get it on the final day of the season either. He has stepped up his game there. But yeah, we'll be back for the game against Shrewsbury, 2nd v 5th. So we're coming into the game. 1 change is that Ashby comes in, or 2 changes technically. Ashby comes in to replace Humphreys, who has broken his lower leg and is out for 3 to 4 months. He's going to miss the playoffs and everything. It's really frustrating for him. He's been playing amazing this season. And we bring in Woodward on the bench to replace Weston because we were at our loan limit. So we're starting with Annan up front instead of Weston next to Stansfield. Charsley keeps his spot in the team after that really good performance. And we are going out there to try and dent Shrewsbury's chance of automatic promotion. That's what we want. Now, I am on a strict time schedule, so this one unfortunately will be only on key highlights. Apologies about that. But I've got to go and pick up my dog. So Mastany put under pressure straight away. Okenbiro heads that back. Can we get there? No, we can't. Williams knocks it back to Mastany. And well, do you know what? We're going straight on to positive like we did last time. They're starting on attacking in a 4-1-2-2-1. Korea wins that header at the back of those. Van der Brett into Reed. And I can't... They beat... Oh, I wish I could have said have revenge, but I didn't have a chance to say it. Van der Brett. Force Weiber Korea. He's fouled. That'll be the end of that highlight. So, in with a chance of winning the league. Wimbledon, Shrewsbury... we've injured their left winger. Wimbledon, Shrewsbury, Sunderland, I think, are the 3 teams that have the chance. But it looks like Sunderland may well have got an early... Oh no, Sunderland are 0-0. And Shrewsbury at the moment are dropping into the playoffs, which is probably something I don't really want to happen because we know they've got the beating of us. We are guaranteed the playoffs now, so we don't really have anything to play for. Which is a bit of a nightmare. What's going on? You put it onto key highlights and that means you have none, does it? Thanks, Football Manager. That's not what I meant by I've got to rush and pick my dog up. Again, I don't want any stupid sendings off. 6.4, Jaden Harris not playing well. We'll let Ross do that for the time being. Well done, Ross, doing the team talk. Giving you a bit of a promotion. You're not going to get a bump in pay. We'll do... let's bring on a Walkway. I haven't played a Walkway for a while, actually. Correa is having a shocker back there, so we'll bring on Clampin for him. So we'll do a double substitution at half time, and then we'll tell the boys to play a little bit better. We're also going to drop to cautious. I need to use this time. If we're going to have Shrewsbury at some point in the playoffs, I think what we're going to do is get drawn against Crewe in this point, as I need to figure out, he's well onside, what sort of mentality is best against how they play. So we're going to up it to, it was only the second goal of the season, obviously. We're going to up it to positive again. We do have Yandander we could bring on for Charsley, but no one's playing very well. So that does put Shrewsbury level on points with Sunderland, which is absolutely crazy, to be honest, to think that they are actually very close to winning the lead. To winning the league. Charsley over the top into Eric Annan. Lovely ball from Harry Charsley. Annan shoots, good save from Anthony, and it will be a corner. That's really our first proper chance of the game. It is our first clear-cut chance of the game, as Kokobinski fires it in and it's headed away. Charsley will keep it alive. He's tackled very well by Powell. It's the thing with Shrewsbury, as mentioned it the last time in the cup final, it's their little green feet. I just can't. They make me chuckle. Their little green feet. Uarkwe into Clampin. Oh, he's robbed by Timmy Abraham again. Abraham comes forward. Ball over top. Oh my God, how slow are our defenders there. Proctor puts it in, hits the post. Kocher nearly puts it in his own net, but clears it away. Stansfield's playing poorly. Anand's playing poorly. Reddy's playing pretty poorly. Kocher's playing poorly. Right, well, what we've learned is that Humphreys holds that back line together. We're going to make an attacking sub, though. We're going to bring on Yandander for Annan in that poacher role. Something he's not too good at, but we'll give him a performance. We'll get someone to get creative. But it looks like Sunderland are going to win the league by 2 goals. That's what it looks like. Even though Shrewsbury have won most games this season, they do not get the league title. We get a final day loss. I'm just going to calmly say unlucky. It would have been nice to win, but it wasn't to happen. So we go into the playoffs then. Sunderland win the league. Bristol Rovers get a playoff spot at the last minute as well. Wilkins doesn't know. Correa is injured for 2 to 3 days, and we'll just let that go. That said, playing your rivals. I wonder if Shrewsbury Town have now become rivals of ours because of the fact we've played them in big games quite a lot. But it is saving, so what we're going to do is we're going to end it there. I think that's a good point to end it, and we'll come back for the next episode for the playoffs, and we'll find out who we've got. So thank you so much for watching. Please go and check out some of the other series that are on the channel. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.